Greetings, zodiac sign Taurus, Taurus sun, Taurus rising, and Taurus moon. Welcome to your Akashic Records reading and tarot for August 2023 by amalightworker. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please don't forget to subscribe and to turn on the notification bell. And for those of you who would like to know more, I have done a whole new reading, an extended reading for your sign and for each sign of the zodiac. And for those of you who are interested, that video is available for download and purchase through vimeo.com in the link posted down here below in the show more description box. Make sure that you are listening for your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign, because all of these three signs will provide you with additional information. Without further ado, now let me focus on your reading. Today I will open with the Akashic Records messages for you. For many of you, August is being indicated as a month in which you have to ride the waves of your own emotions. But at the same time, you need to be more open to the opportunities headed your way. You are going to have doubts about should I change job positions or not. You are going to have doubts about any type of information being presented to you at this time. And you are also going to feel the need to go within and to contemplate. For many of you, there's going to be a big emphasis on finances, money, the possibility of some sort of financial loss. It feels that you are going to be examining very carefully your financial affairs, because for many of you, you are going to have this fear, oh my God, what if I lose money in this? And you may decide not to go after a business deal, a buying or selling, or not to renew certain contracts. You may have to deal with circumstances from the past. If you thought that you have dealt with some emotions, it may turn out that you haven't dealt with it at all. So emotions from the past may return to you in order for you to look deeper where the healing needs to happen for you. For some of you, you may have to deal with similar circumstances from the past, running into people that maybe you haven't seen in a while, or even talking about one of your exes. Maybe you haven't spoken or thought about this ex in a while. There is a certain sense of what goes around comes around. In August, for many of you, you are going to be reaping the rewards. If you have done the work, then in August you are going to be rewarded, especially when it comes to your work or with your career. Opportunities will be presented to you, either to get a promotion, a raise, or even some sort of a job contract being offered to you. For other ones, it's going to be through relationships that you are going to reap most of the rewards. It could be that a relationship may prove to be very valuable during this time. Could be a love relationship, an association, a friendship, a business association that may prove to be very valuable for you at this time, particularly if you are networking or you have been networking for a while. For other ones, it's going to be about finally crossing all of your T's and putting the dot in every I, being able to complete major projects or even to get major projects off the ground. It is going to be a major time of completion and new beginnings for many of you, and there are going to be paperwork and contracts involved in these endings and in these new beginnings. Some of you may decide to switch social media platforms. If you are active on YouTube, you may decide to be more active on Facebook or on TikTok or on Twitter or on Snapchat. So it does feel that some of you are going to be very selective about where is it that you get your information from, where is it that you get your news from. You could be going through all of your subscriptions, deciding which ones are you going to keep and which ones are you going to unsubscribe from. For some of you, you are going to be going through old pictures and also new pictures, and you could be posting something from your past, but also pictures of your vacations. And it does feel that you are going to notice changes. Maybe you're going to notice how you have changed and grown and transformed. Maybe for some of you this is going to be about, oh my God, look how much life has changed for me. Who I used to be is very different. I used to think differently. Now I am completely different. For some of you, it's going to be about a critical moment where you may have to change religions. Maybe you already have, okay, or religious practices. And now you're going to, kind of review your life based on this new religious practice or religious perspective, or even new spiritual beliefs. Some of you are going to try to get out of an agreement. You may try to get out of social engagements that you signed up for. You could be trying to get out of an invitation. You may try to get out some volunteer work. Maybe you sign up for something and then suddenly you can't do it. And many of you may also try to get out of a contract, getting out of a business deal, or getting out of even a marriage for some of you. So it could be in regards to some sort of a divorce that finally may be finalized during August. Many of you are already thinking of September, maybe because you have already planned for something important that you need to do in September, and in August you may have to figure out the ins and outs or the details step by step. You may be hearing important information in the news, on TV, on social media. You may have to deal with local news, your local politicians, or even important news in regards to government, new laws, new regulations, parliament. You could be very interested to know about what a senator is saying, or what's going to happen about in regards to this law or that regulation, okay? And some of you may be very surprised by the turnout of events, okay? But you are also going to notice rules, regulations, laws changing in the place where you work that are deeply going to affect the work environment. You are going to be dealing with forces that are going to gravitate toward you, where you are going to feel that sometimes you are carrying the burdens of others. You are, feeling in for others, doing their work, or even the family could be the ones, family members could be the ones weighing on you. They may at some point be a burden financially, emotionally, or in other ways, okay? And at the same time, they are also showing me how in other ways this may also be a turning point for you. And understand that in August, because karma is intervening now Whatever is meant to happen in your life will find a way for it to happen. Whether it is suddenly a new job prospect opens up, a new business deal, suddenly you're meeting someone new in your life in a love relationship, or in a love related sense, but something from the past karmically, some big energy needs to come in, okay, for one last time review before it completely leaves your life, because very soon you are going to feel that your whole life feels brand new, like fresh air. You may have to be very careful with how the weather changes. Temperatures may be affecting you physically during this time. For some of you, they're showing in your lungs, either allergies or some difficulties breathing. Could be also a little bit of from excitement for some of you, or even from anxiety. But do pay attention to your breathing and anything that may be affecting your breathing. I'm also shown some of you Taurians having some kind of a problem with your feet or sleeping. So make sure that you are wearing comfortable shoes in August. In many ways, this could be the beginning of some sort of an adventure in your life that you never thought it was possible for you. And if you haven't played in a while, suddenly you may find yourself playing basketball, shooting a few hoops, playing volleyball, going to play some other sport. Could be a little bit more in terms of family outings, but you are going to have a good time as well with family, your friends, and your loved ones. You are going to be directly affected by what is happening in the neighborhood, what's happening next door to you, what's happening in the usual places in the local area where you hang out for coffee, or when you get your groceries done. And some of you are also going to examine prices. You could be looking to buy something important during this time, and you're going to find yourself comparing prices of different items and different vendors. And you are also going to be able to get your hands on an antique that could have an emotional significance for you. For other ones, you could be able to get your hands on an extra discount, maybe through people who know people and they are able to give you an extra discount. Maybe they are an employer or an employee there. There is something about a car, trading in an old car for a new one, checking the tires, registering a new car, buying and selling cars. So that seems to be highlighted for many of you in August. So understand there's more to this reading. For those of you who would like to know more, click on the link down here below. That's going to take you to Vimeo and for download and purchase, and I am expanding on that reading for you. For now, I will open a few more cards, and let me see what the tarot cards have to say for you for August. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, if it represents a person, usually it represents Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. This could be the sun sign, the rising sign, or the moon sign. So this could be you, Taurus. I'm getting the sense that the reason why this card showed up, because if you felt that in some ways you fell off the wagon, you weren't keeping track of your daily routine, or maybe at work you felt all over, or just in general you felt all over the place. In August, little by little, you are going to find a way to bring yourself up again. Maybe you had to go through a lot emotionally, and now you are picking up your pieces, getting back on the horse again. where you felt that you lost control, little by little you are going to regain control. But at the same time, you are going to be dealing with powerful forces that financially can make you or break you. Okay, you are going to get lucky in terms of finding the right people to associate with, who are going to help you to resolve some sort of a financial situation. Maybe for some of you, you have to call banks because you have to look after a transaction that seems suspicious. For some of you, you may have to deal with credit cards. Okay, and for some of you, it's also going to be about loans. Somebody may be asking for money, to borrow money, or you could be finally paying off an old debt. And for some of you, you may have to, you could be reconsidering here. Okay, now that you're going to get in action right away, but you may be thinking of about the mortgage of your house and maybe how to refinance that. The next card that you have is the Hierophant or the Pope. To me, this card means God heard your prayers and is answering to those prayers or wish fulfillment. It also means God working through you to help others to make something possible, but it also means God working through you and for you. For some of you, you could be thinking that you are having an existential crisis, but maybe it's not that at all. You are going to have important intuitive signs, okay, like follow the breadcrumbs. You are going to find significant signs all over you, mostly about numbers. Pay attention if you are going to see or witness any repetitive numbers, because they could be important for you during this time. For those of you who have been dealing with a legal process, having to go through courts of the legal system or the justice system, finally an important decision or an important agreement will be reached. You could be closing the door to a legal situation at this time, or finalizing a lawsuit, finalizing a divorce, and it's very similar to what the Akashic Records told you. But it could also be about forgiveness being granted. For some of you, it's going to be in a legal situation where forgiveness will be granted. For some of you, it's going to be about making peace with a person in your life, forgive and let go. And it could also be about family in general, you having some issue with a family, okay, and finally reaching a point where you are, you know, whether it gets resolved or not, you're like, I'm ready to let it go. There are going to be important changes in the family for you, okay. Not all of it is good, most of it is good, but family may also you're going to watch family members acting differently, and you may be very puzzled or shocked by it. The next card that you have is gossip. Okay, so the card says it all. You could be dealing with gossip. You may be gossiping yourself, or you could be hearing information through gossip or through grapevine, and take everything with a grain of salt. Don't believe everything that you hear. During this time, you may have important interactions with neighbors, or through neighbors, or something important may be happening in the neighborhood. So there's information or gossip going all around. Neighbors may be showing up during this time, either to help you or to spread more gossip. But either or, you have to be careful with your associations that you have with neighbors. There's going to be some sort of a meeting being called by neighbors, maybe in the city hall, maybe you live in like a gated community and they may be having some sort of concerns and calling for a meeting. You are advised to be very careful with your own personal belongings. There's also a sense that you are also very guided and very tuned in into your intonation, and you are going to be getting this sense of inner wisdom, where to go and who to contact, who to talk to or who not to talk to. But you may be in some ways dealing or affected by gossip. The next card that you have is Destiny. Okay, so good karma and good fortune will finally start to reveal itself in your daily life. This is only the beginning. The next 18 months to 2 years of your life are going to bring to you many changes. So this major turnaround of events, like a chain event, one little thing after another in the next 18 to 2 years, where you are going to notice major positive shifts in your life. You may find yourself having a completely new social circle, a completely new groups of people with whom you hang out, you have hobbies to share with, or maybe you share similar ideas. They are showing me a major turnaround, especially for those of you who maybe you had difficulties with some family members or relatives, maybe you weren't as close or maybe estranged for some reason. In the next 18 to 2 years, you are going to get a sense of little by little getting closer or clarifying what is it that you need to clarify in terms of family matters especially. So one by one, every area of your life is going to turn around for the better. But I also keep hearing, especially for love, for many of you who happen to be single, you may find yourself to be to attract a great deal of luck in love matters in the upcoming months. And the last card that you have is Clarity. Go within. So this is the card, and you can also read it. Okay. You are going to get visions in your sleep. For those of you who meditate, you are going to have important downloads during your meditation. Many of you are going to be working with dreams and dream interpretations. Other ones could be working with a vision board during this time. Some of you are going to be thinking about digestive health and having to make changes to make your digestive health better, for those of you who seem to struggle with that. So for some of you, it goes back to that idea of maybe shifting your religious beliefs, your spiritual practices. And they are also telling me that some of you may suddenly find yourself very interested in astrology. You may take a look at your astrological chart. You may hire an astrologer to do a chart for you. So things that normally they would mean a great deal to you, suddenly they could become important. It feels that you are going to find a way to close the door, okay? And to shield yourself from negative forces and negative energies. It feels that you are going to be able to discover something. Could be meditation, could be stones, could be through astrology, where you are going to create all around you a very good psychic protection, and you are going to be able, okay, to trust in your own instinct and in your own intuition, following your own guidance. A teacher or a spiritual mentor may show up for you at this time. Some of you could be training in learning new things, or through work, or even taking classes. So you are going to be drawn to learn something new, and the perfect person to teach you that will show up in your life. I hope that this is making sense to you. Click on the link down here below in the Vimeo link. That's going to take you to a whole new reading for your sign, for those of you who would like to know more for download and purchase. Thank you very much, Taurus, for being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. 2 thumbs up. Email me for a private reading at amalightworker@gmail.com, or visit my website www.amalightworker.com, and I will connect with you again in the next reading. Bye for now.